Oh, ready.
Call the
Okay.
meeting to order.
Okay, I'm ready to call to order the Boise Parks and Rec Commission meeting for today, Wednesday, May 14th. Do I need a roll call?
Burnham?
Here.
Johnson?
Here.
Mazu?
Here.
Stidham?
Here.
Walker?
Here.
Urban?
Here.
And Raver.
Okay, looks like our next order of business is elections. So we're looking for a nomination for president.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
I would like to nominate Linda Mizzou to be the next president.
Great.
Second.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Great. Opposed? Okay, looks like we have a new president. And then our next order of business is we're looking for a nomination for a vice president.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
I move to nominate Brian Walker as vice president.
Great. Any seconds?
Second.
Thanks, Eric. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, congratulations, Linda and Brian for president and vice president.
Yeah, I just might point out, Madam Chair, that the two people that aren't here got elected president and vice president.
That's fantastic.
You should probably show up to the meeting.
Hey, just for the record, I'm out at junior high track meet out at East Junior High. We have our team meet today.
Of course you are. Okay, we're good. All right, sorry.
All right, no worries. Moving on, we were looking at minutes. Do we have a motion to approve the minutes from April 17th?
I motion to approve the minutes from April 17th.
Great. Second?
Second.
Okay, great. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Fantastic. Opposed? Okay. Next, is a public hearing. Oh, I guess we first have a presentation by Mulani for the, fees and fines schedule. So we will let Mulani take it over.
Good afternoon, Commissioners, Council Member, Merlani, and I am here to share the fiscal year 26 fees and fines schedule. So our fiscal year for FY 26 starts October 1st of 2025 and runs through September 30th of 2026. For FY 26, we're looking at a revenue budget at about 15.5 million. This will help offset the 50.7 million expenditure budgets. Part of that 50.7 million expenditure budget is our indirect costs, and that's at about 14.8 million. Now, indirect costs are the costs within the city, within departments. So what we pay, human resources, legal, IT, things like that. Our total department fees are 565. 8 of those are new fees. 272 of those fees were increased or are requested to be increased for FY 26. This will help offset costs for programming, maintenance, temp wages. We also will have the 55% increase, 55% of non-resident fees. So whatever the approved fee is, we will be charging non-residents an additional 55%. Boise Parks and Recreation is very excited to always be able to offer and proud to offer scholarships to those in our community who are underserved and would greatly benefit from programming we provide. Our scholarship program is based upon household gross income. We have 3 scholarship types: the Kristen Armstrong Youth Scholarship, and that's for those youth 17 and younger, and they can qualify for up to 600. The Adventure Scholarship are for participants and adults with disabilities, and they qualify for up to 500. our silver scholarship for those 62 and over, and they qualify for up to 500. We work closely with counselors and principals as well as teachers within the Boise School District to not only identify students who may be underserved, but also students who may really benefit from our programs. And in those instances with the school districts, the student may qualify for more than just the 600. So for instance, if there's a student who may really benefit from 11 weeks of our play camp program, we work with the school district to provide scholarship to cover the entire 11 weeks. In FY26, we're increasing our scholarship budget from 200,000 to 230,000. We'll still collect 94 cents from every activity program to help fund the scholarship. In FY24, over 19,000 activities enrolled with scholarship funds, and that totaled in the $200,000 that was budgeted. So that's one of the reasons in FY26 it's increased to 230,000. We also have 10,000 budgeted for in scholarship funds for admissions to Zoo Boise. We work closely with Aleda Community Action Partnership to identify those families who may never come to the zoo because of the cost. So they do provide admissions using these scholarship funds. And in FY24, we spent about 3,100. I wanted to update everyone on the installment billing. We rolled that out last year. For summer activity in FY24, we had 782 participants who enrolled using installment billing, and that's where they could pay weekly for play camps. In FY25, it did go down. So this summer activity registration, we had 624 participants. In FY26, we're asking for a new fee. It's an installment billing processing fee. We've noticed now that we're in the second year of the installment billing process, there's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes, and there's a lot of administration time that goes into it. So this processing fee would be a one-time fee that would be a part of the installment billing process to just help offset some of those administrative costs. We have 5 divisions in FY26 that have asked for new fees for FY26. I did want to point out, yes, we have 8 new fees, but 4 of them are actually previous fees that had description changes. The budget office just requested that any changes to descriptions are listed as new fees. So of the 8, the 4 actual new fees is the billing processing fee, which I described, and that fee is at $25. Boise Urban Garden School and the Foothills Learning Center have a new fee, the group lesson fee for less than an hour, and that's at $37.50. And then the other new fee is the swim meet equipment rental fee. That would be charged to outside rentals. So swim clubs, high schools, a lot of them will come in and want to use our watches, timing systems, clipboards. So the $50 equipment rental will help cover that cost. And our fee increases work out to be about 48% of the fees that were increased. The one I'd like to highlight is the outdoor preschool class monthly session fee. It went from $480 to $650. That is what we use for our Boise Outdoor Preschool program, and that's what's offered at Boise Urban Garden School and the Foothills Learning Center. They follow the Boise School District, so the program is from August through May, and the 25-26 school year fees are listed there. So Bugs will be charging $360 for 3 days from 9 to 12, and then Foothills Learning Center will be expanding their program to 4 days from 9 to 1 and charging $600 a month. Looking at other outdoor preschool programs in Boise, we're actually a little lower than them if you work it out to be by day.
Madam Chair, if I might interject, so this is increasing though because of the number of days too, correct?
Yes.
And the hours, so it was
So-
what and now it is.
So Buds has remained the same, they're at 3 days, and they actually haven't, they're staying at 360 for the 25-26 school year. And then Foothills Learning Center added a day and added an additional hour, so they're providing 4 days and 4 hours a day. And then the only, oh yes.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
or actually, am I addressing Mr. Chair now? Yeah, new election, okay. Just a
Still
quick
right here.
question. So we also lost some like AmeriCorps volunteers, some of the federal funding that was going to programs like this. How does that affect staffing and needs for groups? And I'm assuming that's not factored into these fees, but maybe would it be in the future?
Madam Chair, Councilmember Jordan Morales, that we just learned of that after we've done our fees and charges. I doubt we would reflect anything in there. We have not huddled to talk about that. For this year, we're just trying to figure out a way to get through all the programming we've established for this summer, knowing that we had those AmeriCorps volunteers to lean on that we don't have now. So there's some things that we have to change. There's some programming we actually are canceling, some outreach in schools that we won't be doing, because again, it was fully staffed by the AmeriCorps. Beginning next year, we'll huddle and talk through when we do our fees and charges for fiscal year 27 on how that might impact, us moving forward. We'll see how this summer goes with adjusting the programming we have right now, but it definitely has had an impact on us.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no. I only had one other fee I wanted to highlight, and it's the indoor pickleball drop-in fee. We increased it by 50% from $4 to $6. And that's at Fort Boise Community Center. It's what we charge for all of our drop-ins at the community center. And looking at other indoor pickleball facilities, it's actually quite a bit less than what they charge. And I stand for any questions.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Milani. I wanted to thank you especially for highlighting in such detail our scholarship program. I think it's so important for us to, note that that's something we provide for people, especially when we're talking about raising fees, to make sure that people understand we do have a way for kids that need to access, and seniors, and, to access these. Also, the installment billing, I did have a question about the $25 fee. We had discussed that, you said it was a one-time fee. I was just curious, because I'm assuming sometimes people will go for a month or two and then not. So are they paying at the beginning of the enrollment process?
So I don't think we've quite worked out how that will look, but
Okay.
it will be, if someone signs up for installment billing, it will, I don't know if it'll be worked into the initial fee or spread over the weeks
Okay.
that they're signed up for. And the 25 is at the highest. I believe we haven't quite set the exact amount that we'll be charging, but that is the max we would be charging, and it would be a one-time fee. Like I said, we haven't worked out all the details, but between just collecting credit, payments for credit cards that have expired, things like that, and even credit card fees, there's just a lot of admin work that goes on with it, so hopefully we could, make up a little bit of that.
Thank you. Any other questions? Okay, if there are no questions, this is a public hearing, so I need to open the public hearing. Let's see, those wishing to testify must sign in on the appropriate sign-in sheet. Names will be called in the order listed on the sign-in sheets. Each participant will be provided 3 minutes to testify. Representatives of an established neighborhood association and are the sole representative for the neighborhood association will be given 10 minutes to testify. When called to testify, please stand at the front of the podium, speak into the microphone, state your name, address, and identify if you're speaking on behalf of yourself or neighborhood association. It is requested that only new information is presented. If you are viewing on Zoom and would like to provide public testimony, please click the raise hand button. We will call on those who are in person to testify first, and then call on those who raised their hand on Zoom to testify. So I will open the public hearing at this time. Do we have anyone signed up to testify or on Zoom?
There is no one.
Okay,
So you
I will
close it.
close the public hearing. All right, and then was that an information only item or did we need to?
No, we'll need to vote, but
Okay.
any, excuse me, Madam Chair, any questions, concerns, anybody online, any of our commissioners online that have any questions, we would be happy to entertain those now.
Okay, hearing none, would anyone, I'm looking for a motion to approve the FY 2026 Parks and Rec Department fees and fines schedule.
Madam Chair, I'd like to motion to approve the FY 2026 Parks and Rec Department fees and fines schedule.
Thank you. Do I have a second? Do I have a second? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed? Okay, sounds like it passed. And so at this time, I don't believe we have an executive session, so I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Madam Chair, I'd like to motion to adjourn.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Okay, we're adjourned.
Nice job.